If you're watching this video, you are likely part of the 30% of people over 60 who are actively trying to take control of their blood pressure and energy levels naturally. You've heard the stories. You've seen the headlines. Beet juice is a miracle. Beets are nature's Viagra. Beets unclog arteries. And for the most part, you are right. Beets are arguably the single most powerful vegetable for the aging cardiovascular system. But there is a problem. A massive, silent problem that almost nobody on YouTube is talking about. There is a very high probability, I'm talking about a 90% chance that the way you are drinking beet juice right now is completely useless. Or worse, it might be actively harming your kidneys. I know that sounds dramatic, but the biochemistry doesn't lie. I have analyzed hundreds of comments on popular health channels, and I see the same dangerous mistakes being repeated over and over again. I see seniors mixing beets with ingredients that neutralize their power instantly. I see people with kidney risks drinking gallons of the stuff without preparation. And I see a morning habit that millions of you do, which unwittingly destroys the medicine before it even reaches your bloodstream. I'm Dr. Michael, and welcome to Ageless Vitality TV. We don't do old wives' tales here. We do science. In the next 15 minutes, we are going to deconstruct the beet juice myth. I am going to reveal the 3 specific combinations you must avoid at all costs. I will explain why your bathroom routine might be the enemy of your blood pressure. But I won't just leave you with fear. I am going to answer the #1 question you have all been asking. Can I mix ginger with beets? The answer will change your morning routine forever. And finally, I will give you the Ageless protocol, the exact step-by-step recipe to unlock the full potential of this superfood. Put down the glass for a moment. You need to hear this first. To understand why you are failing, you first need to understand how this red root actually works. It is not magic, it is elegant biochemistry. Beet roots are famous because they are incredibly rich in inorganic nitrates. When you eat a salad or drink juice, you are ingesting these nitrates. But here is the shocking truth. Your body, your human cells, cannot use nitrates. To us, they are biologically inert. They do nothing. For these nitrates to lower your blood pressure and boost your stamina, they must be converted into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a gas that acts as a signaling molecule. It tells the tiny muscles around your arteries to relax. When they relax, the vessels widen, vasodilation occurs, and blood pressure drops. Oxygen flows freely to your brain and your muscles. So, how does the nitrate become nitric oxide? This is where the miracle happens. And this is where the mistake happens. This conversion process does not happen in your stomach. It does not happen in your liver. It happens in your mouth. You have a symbiotic relationship with billions of bacteria living on the deep grooves of your tongue. These specific strains of bacteria are the factory workers. They consume the nitrates from the beet juice and convert them into nitrite. Then, and only then, when you swallow that nitrite-rich saliva, does your stomach acid convert it into nitric oxide. Think about that for a second. You are outsourcing your heart health to the bacteria in your mouth. Now, consider your morning routine. What is the first thing 90% of seniors do when they wake up? They brush their teeth, and then they reach for the bottle of antiseptic mouthwash. This is the lethal mistake #1. A landmark study published in the journal Free Radical Biology and Medicine showed something terrifying. When participants used a strong antiseptic mouthwash, their oral nitrite production dropped by over 90%. Their blood pressure, which should have gone down after eating nitrates, actually went up. Why? Because the mouthwash is a nuclear bomb for your mouth. It doesn't discriminate. It kills the bad bacteria that cause cavities, yes, but it also wipes out the good bacteria that convert your beet juice into medicine. If you drink your beet juice within 2 hours of using mouthwash, you are essentially drinking expensive red sugar water. You have killed the factory workers. There is no one left to process the raw material. The fix: if you are serious about longevity, you must rethink your oral hygiene timing. Do not use antiseptic mouthwash before your beet juice. If you must use it, wait at least 4 hours after drinking your juice to allow the bacteria to do their work. Or better yet, switch to a non-antiseptic, natural toothpaste. Now that we have saved your bacteria, let's talk about the juice itself. I have read thousands of comments on other channels. The confusion is real. Doctor, should I add lemon? Doctor, is it safe to mix with milk? Let's tackle these one by one with science, not opinion. Mistake number 2, the acid overload. You will see many recipes online calling for lemon beet detox drinks. They tell you to squeeze 2 whole lemons into your beet juice. Here is the nuance. A small squeeze of lemon is fine. Vitamin C actually helps convert nitrite to nitric oxide in the stomach. That is a good thing. However, if you make the drink extremely acidic in the cup and then swish it around your mouth, you create a hostile environment for those tongue bacteria we just tried to save. Most oral bacteria thrive in a neutral pH. Flooding them with high concentrations of citric acid immediately before they have to work is counterproductive. Verdict: use a splash of lemon for flavor if you wish, but do not make it a lemonade. Balance is key. Mistake number 3, the calcium blockade. This is common among seniors who are worried about osteoporosis. You mix beet powder into your morning yogurt, milk, or a calcium-fortified smoothie. Is this lethal? No, but it is inefficient. Research clearly shows that calcium inhibits the absorption of non-heme iron. Beets are a decent source of iron, which you need for energy and oxygen transport. If you flood your system with calcium at the exact same moment, you are blocking that iron absorption. Furthermore, the fats in dairy can slow down gastric emptying. We want the nitrates to hit your system relatively quickly to get that blood pressure drop when you need it in the morning. Verdict: drink your beet juice with water. Save the calcium for your evening meal. Do not let one nutrient fight another. Now, we must address the elephant in the room, the fear that stops millions of seniors from touching beets: kidney stones. I see the comments. My doctor told me never to touch beets because of oxalates. Let's be precise. Beets are indeed high in oxalates. These are natural compounds found in many plants. In some people, oxalates bind with calcium in the kidneys to form sharp, painful stones. Does this mean every senior should avoid beets? Absolutely not. If you have healthy kidneys and no history of stones, your body can handle oxalates just fine, especially if you stay hydrated. But if you are a stone former or have compromised kidney function, you need to be careful. Drinking raw, concentrated beet juice every single day creates a high oxalate load. So, how do we get the heart benefits without the kidney risk? We don't have to abandon the beet. We just have to change the preparation. The solution is boiling. Research shows that boiling beetroots in water can reduce the oxalate content by up to 50%. The oxalates leach out into the cooking water. So, if you are worried about stones, do not juice raw beets. Boil the beets first until tender. Discard the red water. Then blend the cooked beets into a smoothie. You still get the fiber, you still get the nitrates, but you significantly lower the kidney risk. This is the Ageless Vitality way. Adapt the food to your body. Don't deny your body the food. We have covered what not to do. Now, let's talk about what you must do. I promised to answer the #1 question from the community. What about ginger? I am happy to report that this is one of the rare instances where culinary tradition matches medical science perfectly. Yes, you should absolutely mix ginger with your beets. Here is why this combination is a power cocktail for seniors. Bioavailability. Ginger contains compounds called gingerols and showgales. These stimulate digestion and gastric motility. They help your body absorb the nutrients from the beet faster. Double anti-inflammatory duty. Aging is essentially chronic inflammation. Beets fight inflammation via betalains. Ginger fights it via gingerols. Together, they are a shield for your joints. Taste correction. Let's be honest, beets taste like dirt. Ginger adds a spicy, refreshing kick that makes the habit sustainable. Warning: the banana mistake. Before you run to your blender, I have one more critical warning. A mistake almost everyone makes in their smoothies. Do not add bananas to your beet smoothie. This is brand new science from 2024. Researchers found that bananas contain an enzyme called polyphenol oxidase. This enzyme attacks and degrades the beneficial flavonols in other foods. If you blend a banana with berries or beets, the banana's enzyme effectively eats the good compounds before you do. You lose up to 84% of the benefits instantly. If you need a creamy texture, use avocado. Use yogurt. Do not use banana with your beets. So, let's bring it all together. What is the ultimate ageless protocol for high blood pressure and energy? Step 1. Wake up. Scrape your tongue, but do not use antiseptic mouthwash. Step 2. Drink a large glass of water to hydrate your blood. Step 3. Prepare your nitric oxide cocktail. Here is the recipe. Half cup of fresh beet juice, 1 thumb-sized piece of fresh ginger, a pinch of black pepper. Dilute with water. Drink this on an empty stomach 30 minutes before your breakfast. Then, go for a walk. The movement will help circulate the nitric oxide through your system. The convenience option. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Doctor, I am 70 years old. I don't want to scrub dirt off beets every morning. I don't want red stains on my white countertops. I hate the cleanup. I hear you. Consistency is more important than perfection. If the mess stops you from doing it, then fresh beets are useless to you. Technology has advanced. We now have access to high-quality, crystallized beetroot powders. These are not just dried beets. The best ones are standardized for nitrate content. They often remove the bulk of the oxalates and the earthy taste. They dissolve in water in seconds. If you want the benefits without the mess, I highly recommend finding a reputable organic beet powder. I have personally researched the market and found a brand that I trust. It is tested for purity, it has 0 added sugar, and it includes that essential ginger kick we talked about. I have put a link in the description below under my #1 beet recommendation. It is what I use when I travel or when I'm in a rush. It's an investment in your arteries that costs less than a cup of coffee a day. Aging is not a choice, but how we age is. You don't have to accept high blood pressure, fatigue, and brain fog as your destiny. You have the tools in nature to fight back. But as we learned today, tools only work if you use them correctly. Stop killing your good bacteria. Stop mixing potent medicine with blockers. And please, treat your kidneys with respect. If this video opened your eyes, then I have done my job. But we are just scratching the surface. In our next video, we are going to tackle another superfood that is sending seniors to the hospital: chia seeds. If you eat them the wrong way, they can act like cement in your intestines. You do not want to miss that warning. Make sure you are subscribed to Ageless Vitality TV and have the bell notification turned on. Check the description for the beet protocol and the powder I recommend. I'm Dr. Michael, helping you engineer a body that lasts. Stay vital, and I'll see you in the next one.